Hi everyone, glad to see you again. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online, cyber defense. Today we're diving deep into the world of ethical hacking with the top 10 most powerful tools you need to know inside Kali Linux. Now, if you're serious about cybersecurity, you know Kali Linux is like the ultimate playground. It's packed with tools for penetration testing, vulnerability analysis, and so much more. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting your ethical hacking journey, stick around, because we're about to unlock some serious cyber power. Let's get started. First up, we have Nmap, the OG of network scanning. This tool is a must-have for any ethical hacker because it lets you map out entire networks. We're talking about identifying every single device, open port, and even the services running on those ports. Think of it like having X-ray vision for your network. You can use Nmap for everything from basic port scanning to advanced vulnerability detection. It's incredibly versatile and powerful, which is why it's a staple in the ethical hacking toolkit. Now let's talk about some real-world scenarios. Imagine you're tasked with auditing a company's network security. Nmap is your go-to tool for discovering potential vulnerabilities. Next up, we have Metasploit, and let me tell you, this is where things get really interesting. Metasploit is a penetration testing framework that's basically a playground for ethical hackers. It's got everything you need to simulate real-world attacks and find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do. One of the coolest things about Metasploit is its intuitive interface. You don't need to be a command line wizard to use it effectively. Now let's say you're testing the security of a web application. Metasploit has a ton of exploits specifically designed for web apps, allowing you to identify and exploit common vulnerabilities like SQL injection and cross-site scripting. You can use it to show clients exactly what an attacker could do if they exploited a particular weakness, which is super valuable when it comes to securing budget for security improvements. Now, let's talk about Wireshark, the ultimate network protocol analyzer. This tool is like having a high-powered microscope for your network traffic. You can see every single packet of data that flows across your network, giving you incredible insights into what's happening behind the scenes. With Wireshark, you can analyze network conversations, identify suspicious activity, and troubleshoot network problems. One of the things that makes Wireshark so powerful is its ability to filter and analyze specific types of traffic. You can zero in on HTTP requests, DNS lookups, or any other protocol you can think of. Let's say you're investigating a potential data breach. Wireshark can help you retrace the attacker's steps by analyzing network traffic logs. Whether you're a network administrator, a security analyst, or an ethical hacker, Wireshark is an indispensable tool for understanding and securing your network. Alright, let's talk about passwords, the first line of defense for most accounts. John the Ripper is a password cracking tool that's been around for ages, and it's still one of the best in the business. It uses various techniques to crack passwords, including dictionary attacks, brute force attacks, and rainbow table attacks. One of the things that makes John the Ripper so effective is its ability to utilize word lists, which are basically giant lists of common passwords. It can also combine words and characters to create new password combinations, making it surprisingly effective at cracking weak and reused passwords. Imagine you're working with a client who suspects their employees are using weak passwords. You could use John the Ripper to test a sample of their password hashes and see how many of them can be cracked. This information can be incredibly valuable in convincing them to implement stronger password policies. Just remember to use it responsibly and ethically. Moving on to wireless networks, we have Aircrack-ing, the go-to suite for assessing Wi-Fi network security. This toolset is packed with features for capturing wireless traffic, cracking passwords, and even injecting packets to test for vulnerabilities. With Aircrack-ing, you can see all the devices connected to a network, capture handshake packets, and attempt to crack WEP, WPA, and WPA2 passwords. Aircrack-ing leverages various techniques to crack Wi-Fi passwords, including dictionary attacks and brute force attacks. Let's say you're working on a security assessment for a client who's concerned about the security of their Wi-Fi network. You could use Aircrack-ing to capture traffic and attempt to crack their password. If you're successful, it highlights a significant security vulnerability that needs to be addressed. Just remember to use it responsibly and only on networks that you have permission to test. Now let's talk about web applications, which are often prime targets for attackers. Burp Suite is a web application security testing platform that's an absolute must-have for any ethical hacker who deals with web apps. This tool is packed with features for intercepting, inspecting, and modifying web traffic. You can use it to map out web applications, find vulnerabilities like SQL injection and cross-site scripting, and even automate your testing. One of the things that makes Burp Suite so powerful is its ability to act as a man-in-the-middle proxy. Let's say you're testing a web application for SQL injection vulnerabilities. Burp Suite can intercept your request to the server and allow you to modify the parameters to see if you can inject malicious SQL code. Sometimes you need to bring out the big guns. Hydra is a brute force password cracker that can be used to crack passwords for a wide range of protocols, including SSH, FTP, and HTTP. While brute forcing passwords might seem like a crude approach, it can be surprisingly effective, especially when combined with a well-curated word list. Hydra automates the process of trying different password combinations, making it a valuable tool for ethical hackers. One of the things that makes Hydra so powerful is its speed. It can try thousands of passwords per second, making it much faster than manual password cracking. Let's say you're trying to gain access to a system that you believe has a weak password. You could use Hydra to try a list of common passwords against the SSH port. However, it's important to use it responsibly and ethically, and only on systems that you have permission to test. Web servers are often the first line of defense for websites and applications, so it's crucial to ensure they're configured securely. Nikto is a web server scanner that can help you identify misconfigurations and vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. This open-source tool scans web servers for a wide range of potential issues, including outdated software, insecure server configurations, and known vulnerabilities. Nikto works by sending a series of requests to a web server and analyzing the responses. It checks for specific versions of software, common misconfigurations, and known vulnerabilities. Imagine you're responsible for the security of a company's website. You could use Nikto to regularly scan your web server for vulnerabilities. If Nikto finds any issues, you can address them before they can be exploited by attackers. SQL injection is a common and potentially devastating web application vulnerability. SQL Map is a powerful tool that can help you automate the process of detecting and exploiting SQL injection vulnerabilities. This open-source tool is designed to make SQL injection testing easier and more efficient. It can automatically detect and exploit SQL injection vulnerabilities, retrieve data from the database, and even take control of the underlying server. SQL Map works by sending specially crafted SQL queries to a web application and analyzing the responses. Let's say you're testing a web application for SQL injection vulnerabilities. You could use SQL Map to automate the process of testing different parameters and identifying potential vulnerabilities. However, it's important to use it responsibly and ethically, and only on systems that you have permission to test. Finally, we have Maltego, a powerful tool that's used for open source intelligence, or OSINT, and forensics. This tool allows you to visually analyze relationships between different pieces of information, making it incredibly useful for investigations. With Maltego, you can start with a single piece of information, like an email address or a domain name, and then use it to uncover a wealth of related information, such as IP addresses, social media profiles, and even physical locations. Maltego achieves this by querying various online sources, including public databases, social media platforms, and search engines. Let's say you're investigating a cybercrime case. You could use Maltego to gather information about the suspect, such as their online aliases, email addresses, and social media profiles. This information can then be used to build a profile of the suspect and potentially track down their real-world identity. So there you have it, the top 10 most powerful tools for Kali Linux ethical hacking professionals. These tools are essential for anyone serious about cybersecurity, whether you're a penetration tester, security analyst, or just someone who wants to learn more about how to protect themselves online. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity content, and share this video with anyone who might find it useful. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more cybersecurity adventures. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber defense.